virtual worlds, simulated film worlds and the episodic memories we live. Films that shape the spurious and delve into human simulation are bringing real conscious feasibility of the reality that we may exist inside of a simulation of our own origins. Existing inside these paradoxical walls until someone or something triggers an awakening and usually has a matrix of consequences. These movies that tackle such topics have us questioning the big issue: our existence. Can our world and many other worlds be created by simulations within simulations? This notion may lead us to feel inconsequential in nature and in the hierarchy of life, but just may fuel an even more urgent and greater searching for the true origins of our own existence. The main character in The Matrix, with help, has been awakened from another subservient reality. This other reality was his only life until now. An old theory: if I pinch myself in a dream, will I wake? Not quite so for our main character. Neo must decide and then painfully travel the rabbit hole as if brutally born again. Which reality is the more comfortable reality, the previous unaware subservient existence, or our character's new harsh, dark and dystopian reality dismally bordering on a vision of a hell on earth? Of course this story is cinema science fiction. These movies only get financed and made with a world coming to an end scenario as they usually do, and the main character of course is somehow the chosen one who is the only soul that can prevent this. We need to keep this cinema concept in mind for rationale purposes and the reality of our very own possibilities of simulation of existence. For big cinema to succeed we need massive stakes such as millions of lives, worlds and even multiverses at stake so that people will be interested, empathetic enough to invest 2 hours and share in this cinematic made-up world. Simulations creating other even more intense simulations. Does this ring a bell? A cinematic dystopian world is run by machines, these machines being a metaphor that audiences can grasp easier than a creator simulation that we yet cannot perceive. This cinema dystopian world malevolently exploiting the sleepers for energy and exterminating the awoken. On the bright side, our very own simulated world may quite possibly be built out of love and tolerance with no disposition to exploit or hurt its inhabitants. It is similarly for one purpose or another for our simulation, God's to house its inhabitants unquestioningly. Another such film of the genre is Videodrome, where television is the ultimate replacement for human experiences. Another is Brazil, where our main character is living 2 parallel very real lives, one in his boring real world and the other in his action-packed hero dream world. The 2 worlds inevitably become blurred. Through these genres on the topic of film a philosophical question enters, and this is, what if it were true? How would our day-to-day lives change? Possibly religion, sun, tree, animal, or moon worship has been planted here in and around us for thousands of years, possibly to precondition us for the shock of reality if and when enlightenment arrives. What is it that gives us reality and knowing? Are we that trusting of our perceptions, thoughts and feelings? The 13th floor, where virtual worlds are created to experience a different time in history, but the perceived time in which this experiment originates is yet another time in history altogether. Their reality is far different to what they once thought, and they are shockingly part of a more futuristic place in time where they are the inhabitants elaborately run by simulations of a far different looking world once again. In this film it is brilliantly illustrated to us that the characters, while experiencing both worlds, perceive the same sensations, that one cannot tell the difference even in memories. Implanted memories in replicants as in Blade Runner, where one cannot actually know which memories were formed by experiences and which memories were implanted to simulate a real lived past. Episodic memory, either real or not, give us a sense of strength and liveliness. The construct of personality in retrieving memories. This has also been seen as a mental time travel device for the imagination, either at will or not. Although a gray area between real memories and pure imagination. Where does one end and the other begin? In either way, both can be as convincing as the other, given the right perceived reality to operate from.